Howard Gardner and multiple intelligences. Howard Gardner was born July 11, 1943, and grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Gardner was the son of Jewish refugees from Nazi Germany that wanted him to have a better future. He was a studious child who loved to read, and at a young age, he became a gifted pianist. As he grew older, he retained his lifelong passion for music that contributed to his want to understand the human cognitive capacity. Gardner undertook most of his studies at Harvard University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in social relations in 1965 and a doctoral degree in developmental psychology in 1971. His many academic achievements included the professorship of neurology at Boston University School of Medicine and a professorship of education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, where he was appointed the John H. and Elizabeth A. Hobbs Professor of Cognition and Education in 1998. Gardner found faults in the previous theories of intellectual ability, in which intelligence was typically scored as a single number or IQ. The theory of multiple intelligences was first proposed by Howard Gardner in his 1983 book, Frames of Mind, where he widens the definition of intelligence and also sets up 9 intellectual capacities that people have. According to Gardner's research, linguistic intelligence deals with those who respond better to spoken and written language. People with linguistic intelligence have the ability to learn languages and analyze information, which gives them the capacity to accomplish their dreams and goals using oral and written language such as speeches, books, and memos. Another activity that people with linguistic intelligences usually get involved in are discussions and debates. Some examples of people who have linguistic intelligence are Oprah Winfrey, William Shakespeare, and Maya Angelou. Logical mathematical intelligence refers to a person's ability to analyze problems logically. This intelligence grants people proficiency at mathematical operations and investigating issues scientifically. People with logical mathematical intelligence, such as Albert Einstein and Bill Gates, have the ability to develop equations along with making calculations and solving abstract problems. Those with logical mathematical intelligence often get careers such as mathematicians, accountants, and scientists. Spatial intelligence is the potential to recognize and manipulate the patterns of white space as well as patterns in conflicting areas. Students with spatial intelligence learn by seeing and observing from pictures and visual aid. Spatial intelligence is usually for visual learners due to them using instances of large scale and using special images to create or build objects. Artists, surgeons, and architects are the most prominent careers for these people. Gardner found that bodily kinesthetic intelligence is the preference of using one's whole body or parts of the body to solve problems. People with bodily kinesthetic intelligence usually like to work using their hands or physical activities for fun. These skills of creating products or solving problems fit their everyday jobs like mechanics, surgeons, and carpenters. Bodily kinesthetic people such as athletes like LeBron James and Simon Biles have the ability to use their own body to create products, perform skills, and solve problems using their body and mind. Musical intelligence manifests in people that love to use music and dance to perform, compose, and show appreciation for music. People with musical intelligence, such as Mozart and Charlie Puth, are able to recognize and create musical pitch, rhythm, tone, and perfect timing. In education, students can try to make rhymes, songs, and rhythm-based practices to study. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to understand the feelings, desires, motivations, and intentions of other people. People with interpersonal intelligence are good at finding what motivates or drives other people and are good at working effectively with others. Noteworthy people with interpersonal intelligence like Gandhi and Martin Luther King are good at gathering people and looking deep into people's feelings. Interpersonal intelligence is what Gardner describes as the capacity to understand oneself. Those with interpersonal intelligence have an effective working model of oneself, using it to understand their own fears, desires, and capacities. In the past, people like Aristotle and Socrates are known for their great advancements in the intellectual, philosophical, and psychological field to use such information effectively on themselves and other people. This type of intelligence can help a person understand which life goals are important and how to achieve them. This intelligence is what Gardner describes as having an expertise in the recognition and classification of the numerous animal and plant species of their environment. People with naturalistic intelligence have the ability to identify different plants and animals along with weather conditions and physical changes in the earth. Understanding nature and the world around us is important for the environment that we live in, which is why these people are important. Workers like botanists, geologists, and meteorologists influence our day-to-day life and use their intelligences to monitor and support the Earth. Gardner's theory has made a big impact in the field of education, where it has gained considerable attention and use. His theories led to further research into human intelligences, which led to many breakthroughs in education and psychology. Multiple intelligences give teachers the opportunity to diversify instruction in order to respond to students' talents and abilities. With his research, Gardner shined light on the idea that there is more than one way to be smart. Individualized education has been an answer to some, allowing teachers to address the individual student's needs. Presenting a variety of activities and approaches to learning helps reach all students and encourages them to be able to think about subjects from various perspectives, deepening their knowledge of that topic. What makes this relevant to teaching children in poverty? The multiple intelligences theory states that everyone has 9 intelligences at varying degrees of proficiency, and an individual's learning style is unrelated to the areas in which they are most intelligent. For example, someone with linguistic intelligence may not necessarily learn best through writing and reading. On the other hand, placing students by their learning styles and intelligence can limit their learning ability. With research from Gardner and fellow researchers, we can find that students are more engaged to learn and learn the best when they are given various opportunities to demonstrate their knowledge and skills. Using Gardner's information, I've decided to use the idea of multiple intelligences to work with multiple stations. Using stations, I can have students practice the intelligence that they're good at while experiencing new ones that they might enjoy as well. For this activity, I want my students to be at multiple stations that each have to do with animals. At Station 1, students will work on reading information on an animal assigned to them to write sentences about. The students will be given a worksheet with sentence questions and a writing prompt. Station 2 will have a matching activity with pictures of the animals and descriptions of the animals on other cards. The details of the descriptions of the animals will depend on the grade of the students and their reading levels. In the next station, I want to have the students do a physical activity, build more towards fun and less towards education. The students will play a game of charades with different animals. The students will be given cards with different animals on them. Each student will act out how the animals should act. In the next station, the students will work on making a short song or poem about an animal that they have learned about. To save themselves the embarrassment, they can just show it to me. They don't have to present it to class. I want each student in the group to come up with a line or lyric for the song to truly make it a group effort. For the last station, I want the students to present what they learned about the animals and what makes them different from any other animal. In this activity, students will practice several intelligences from the stations. Bodily, kinesthetic, linguistic, spatial, naturalistic, and interpersonal are the ones of note. The activities are to have the students try and learn in different ways. For students that are struggling with memory, they might be able to find a strategy that suits them for their future of their education. Like previously stated, a variety of activities and approaches to learning reach all students and encourages them to think about the subjects from various perspectives, deepening their knowledge of that topic. Using stations for students to learn and comprehend lessons can help students retain information from class, along with helping students finding study methods. Students having fun with the activity is one of the goals I have for the stations, because when the students are having fun, they are more engaged in the activity. Even though the theory is popular, Gardner himself has stated that those who use his theories in the classroom should determine the best use. And with taking his thoughts into consideration, I believe that one of the best ways to teach multiple intelligences is to make different stations to accommodate for the different styles of learning.